All right, hello and welcome back to the Anime Happy Hour podcast. This week, we'll start with the best co-host here, Richie, of course.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I think I am in my rightful spot.
It's well earned.
Yeah. Jake is currently fallen below Kirkland on the standings as far as the podcast hosts go. Even though Kirkland's not here right now and not going to be here for a little while, I guess we'll have to put up with Jake for a little while longer. Here's Jake.
John, do you know what the word verbatim means?
I mean, if you wanted it done your way, you should have read it yourself.
I wrote it down.
Yeah, well, I'm reading it, so last but certainly not least, it's me, Jonathan. And in verbatim Jake terms, quote, I am a bitch.
Solid.
In case this is your first time joining us with the Anime Happy Hour podcast, every week we get together, pour ourselves a drink, and discuss the world of anime and what's going on in it. Casually share our thoughts and opinions on various topics from episode to episode. So before we get started, a few disclaimers. While we're an anime podcast, we're also an adult podcast, so there's going to be the occasional swearing. Thanks to Jake. We also discuss recent events, both episodes of new and old shows. So here's your spoiler warning ahead of time. Lastly, these are our own opinions. As I'm sure everyone has their own opinion, just go ahead and leave them in the comments. We'll make sure to get a good laugh out of them later. We'd love to hear your feedback. Anything you got going on, what you think we should be doing better, just let us know. Feel free to hit us up on social media or email. You can look up Anime Happy Hour Podcast on Facebook, or you can email us at animehappyhour951@gmail.com. You can also check out our links to all of our social media and YouTube at anchor.fm/happyanimehour03. Now let's get on to the show. What we do every single week, cover what we're drinking. Richie, start you out. What do you got going on?
Guys, I hope you're not disappointed. But for the third week in a row, or second week, I have Miller High Life again because I still have not bought new alcohol. More alcohol, I guess.
At least
I'm
you're
about to just,
consistent.
drizzly something to your house so you have something differently.
Look, I have some hard liquor, but your boy's gotta work. Can't be doing that. Look, I'm not a brave man like you. That's all.
Every single week, break out the hard liquor, and usually
some people are built different. We have 3 levels here: Jake, me, you.
Yeah, fair enough. Jake is our drunk translator again.
Yeah.
Got water going on, so next few weeks he's still going to be translating and doing the outro for us, because I'm not going to reach that point. Lastly, I got the Reds Wicked Apple Ale again, and some sake. Got my gold sake back, or black and gold sake. So can't go wrong with that. I tried opening like 3 beers. I didn't like the taste of any of them, so I just put them back. But guess with that, we'll roll right into our news section. I guess the big one just dropped this morning. Crunchyroll is adding all of Funimation's content to their platform, and they're kind of all combining it into one. They rolled out 60 shows this morning already, and it's all set to be done by April 1st, I believe, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know. Are they getting rid of like the Funimation?
Funimation, yes.
Like completely?
Yeah,
Yep.
and they're putting it all onto Crunchyroll's app.
Is the price increasing?
Sony says it won't be raising prices on Crunchyroll's packages, quote, for now.
Huh.
The company said future series will be exclusive to Crunchyroll starting on April 1st. So any new series coming out that would be on Funimation is going to be Crunchyroll exclusive now. Funimation will only continue to add new episodes of current series. Like I said, they added like 60 shows this morning, like some of the big ones. Like you got Mushoku Tensei, Tokyo Ghoul, bunch of like the ones that were on Funimation that weren't on Crunchyroll yet. My only thing, I didn't see anything in the article. I don't know if they're changing all the dub episodes over.
I would imagine so. That's the main
would
draw
imagine
for
so, but-
Funimation.
Yeah.
I know. I just didn't see because they had a whole like category on Funimation for dubbed shows.
Yeah,
feel
and
like
they
they
do
would also-
all the dubbing. Funimation does.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
Like they have a
like I
staff.
said,
So I don't think they would get rid of everyone.
I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna see if there is a show real quick that I can pull up that's in.
It honestly, the one thing I hope to get from this, because I'm imagining Crunchyroll's bringing in a lot of money with this.
Mm-hmm.
Get your shit together, CR, and come out with season 2 of Tower of God.
Oh boy.
If you
Oh,
don't,
yeah.
then
They
this
do
was
have the English
this was
dub.
for nothing.
They do have English dub, so I was curious about that because there really wasn't much on Crunchyroll before that was dubbed.
Yeah, there were a few shows.
Yeah,
It's tough for a dub man like me, but that's why I had to get used to watching sub.
yeah, me too. Because I always just grew up watching it on Crunchyroll, but I guess with that we'll move right into our second one, Nier Automata, the video game. I don't know if either of you played it, but
I played a
it's
little bit.
I 100%
Getting in-
did.
yeah,
I love this game.
it's such a good game.
Yeah.
It's getting an anime adaptation. The game is getting adapted by Square Enix Studios, which we're a little weary on, as is. And it's set to follow the story of 2B, 9S, and A2, the 3 combat androids in the year of 11945 AD, as they face off in a war against extraterrestrial machines for the fate of humanity. So it's supposedly following along, I mean, from the sounds of it, the same premise of the game itself, just being animated.
Like the most recent one, because it's like a huge game series, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the most recent one,
Okay.
Yeah.
which is a prequel, isn't it? Or is it? I don't think it's a prequel. I can't remember like where they all stand. the
This one
timeline.
actually came out in 2017. It's the other one that just came
Yes,
out.
it's the newer one, but the newest one that came out was the like a remake.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That's right.
This is its like the newest standalone game. But like I said, I don't know. It's getting picked up by Square Enix, which is
Hopefully there's no CGI.
I forget what I was watching. It might be Dress Up Darling. Speaking of, we didn't do episode updates.
I was going to do it afterwards, bring it up.
oh yeah, we can do it after this. I completely forgot. I skipped over that.
I was watching something recently that was really good, and at the end, Square Enix popped up, and I was like, wait a second. So everything they put out isn't complete garbage?
Well, so they partner with a lot of studios too. Like Square Enix does a lot of the writing, but they partner with a lot of studios on different projects. And I'm trying to remember who they were partnering with on this one, but they did. It's the people who did Full Metal Alchemist.
That's promising.
Oh, nice.
So that's the only salvation. There was like a teaser trailer, but there really wasn't much given as far as details and videos. So that'll be to be foreseen. What I was listening to something though the other day. Somebody was talking about this, and they're like, I don't know how they're gonna portray it though, because in the game you can like take a lot of different paths, and there's like a bunch of different like endings and outcomes. So
Yeah.
like I'm not really sure how they're gonna portray that in the anime, but
I would imagine just choose the best one or the most popular one, run with that.
Yeah, there's enough in there to do that. And they can go so many different ways. But it's also like a ton of the endings are like super quick, like 30-second things.
Yeah.
So who knows?
All I know is it better be really well animated because I didn't play the game that much, but I know 2B. And so we need
Everybody
a
loves
powerhouse studio in here.
Yes. I think with the right studio, it could be done really well.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were talking about this last week about like video games getting their own adaptations. It's gonna start becoming a thing a little bit.
Yeah, oh for sure.
Getting into that realm. Well, on to number 3. This is kind of just a funny thing I saw, but the U.S. Marines used an anime poster for recruitment to try to get people to sign up for the military.
Not surprising.
If I had seen that when I was 18, I'd be a Marine by now.
Yeah. It's speaking to people like Jake, you know?
Yeah.
But I just thought it was kind of funny. Little thing to put in there. On to number 4, though. Big one here. After 6 years, the Fire Force manga has officially ended. With that, we also got some new information on the world. Turns out it is part of the Soul Eater universe. In the last chapter of the manga, we saw the appearance of Excalibur, who is a well-known in the Soul Eater universe. The Soul Eater main character as well, Maka, also makes an appearance in the final chapter and has officially been confirmed that Fire Force is a prequel series to Soul Eater, taking place many years before the main events of Soul Eater.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, Jake, you've seen Soul Eater.
I like Fire Force more than I like Soul Eater, to be honest. But, I mean, I like
It's still kind of cool.
I like, because when Fire Force was coming out, this was a huge theory that they were in the same universe. And so now it's confirmed.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And you get some character introductions and everything.
Yeah.
I didn't know where they were going to place it. I knew they were going to throw something in there. I didn't know where they were going to place it as far as, like, timeline was concerned.
Yeah.
But pretty cool. It's a cool little Easter egg. Quick announcement. 2 quick announcements. Overlord Season 4. Info is supposed to be announced on March 12th. So in the coming weeks, we're supposed to be getting info on Overlord Season 4. Also, Komi-san can't communicate. Season 2 is supposed to be airing on April 6th, according to leaks. We did get a teaser image. So
That's
we know
pretty
it's coming
fast.
Yeah.
soon. Yeah. I don't know. That's just what I've seen.
Didn't season 1 end like 2 months ago?
Yeah, I think it ended in December, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like a second half-ish type season.
Yeah. I don't know. I
if
didn't
they have
watch
like
the show.
long-term plans.
Neither did
Me
I.
neither. It's been talked about a lot, but
Yeah, I've seen people posting about it everywhere. It looks pretty good.
yeah, I mean, they just dropped a teaser picture already, so for
Yeah.
a new season, the official studios. So, next, big fake news alert here. Saw this one floating around a lot. There's been a lot of posts circulating on Facebook about a new season of One Punch Man being animated by Mappa Studios. But it's sadly not true. There's no reports of One Punch Man even getting a 3rd season, and certainly not from Studio Mappa. So,
R.I.P.
so sad.
I've never watched it, so I can't comment.
Jesus, Richie.
Richie.
Guys, do you look? I haven't watched a lot of shows, so that's something you should come to expect.
All right, I'm going to make a rounds. That's going to be my next show to watch.
Season 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, season 1's
12
one of the best
episodes.
seasons any. Yeah.
Season 1, yeah. Well, season 1 was animated by Mappa, right?
Yes.
And
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen a
season
lot about it.
2
I don't know.
was season 1 was Madhouse, I think.
Yeah, and then season 2 got picked up by Mappa. Because they switched studios into season 2.
Was it Mappa for season 2? Because I was about to praise Mappa for season 1, but that was Madhouse, and then I was about to shit on season 2.
Let me see.
Who can get to the answer first?
I've still got freaking Microsoft Bing
Oof, that's tough.
set as my search engine.
Yeah,
so.
that happens to me all the time. It like randomly switches back.
But let me see if it shows up for me. We'll loop back to it. Either way, I'd love a season 3, but I'm not going to hold my breath. We will have to, but yeah, I might have to choose that as my show for the next roundabout. You would love it. It's so lighthearted, but so like well done at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
On to the last one. We've gotten many shows have gotten teaser visuals and trailers for upcoming spring release, which I believe starting in April.
Yep.
Such as RPG Real Estate, The Demon Girl Next Door, The Executioner, and Her Way of Life. I'm Quitting Heroing. New gig is at the Demon Queen's Castle, and The Dawn of Witch. So,
It's about that time of the year where everything's coming out, like a month out.
yeah, getting some trailers, trying to get the hype up for the new season and new shows. So, we will see. I guess we'll rotate back here to our queue, what we've been watching.
We got one
Jake.
show to talk about, boys. One show.
One main show to talk about.
And that's
Quick
it. I think-
sidebar. It was JC's staff for season 2 of One Punch Man.
Okay.
Huh.
They did
was season
Food
1?
Wars. Madhouse.
Okay. All right. Jake, you
Uh,
might as well start us off with your show update here.
Well, those of you who've listened to last week's episode, at least the end of it, know that I gave my word as a man and as an anime fan that I would give my dress-up darling a shot this past week. And I did. Fully caught up. And I'm in a little bit of a conundrum. Those of you who've been with us since the beginning of the podcast know that my ultimate waifu is Esdeath. That may no longer be the case.
Okay.
Oh.
I see it, man. I see the appeal.
Oh, complete 180, huh?
Well, it's still to be determined. We're only, 7 episodes in. And I love Esdeath. So, but it's just like, from the very first moment of, like, that first episode, I was just like, I'm in love.
Hooked.
Yeah. Oh,
Damn.
yeah.
And the show makes really mundane, boring things pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like making clothes and so. Well, I guess it's not that boring or mundane, but you know what I mean. If you're not into it,
If you're not into like sewing and
yeah.
the fine details of it.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, you go from complete crazy to like.
Yeah, well, as we grow older, our tastes change and such. I'm not saying I don't like Esdeath anymore. I'm just saying she's got a competitor now.
Yeah.
I think she's worth it.
Damn.
I absolutely love the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. You been watching anything else recently?
Oh well. I've been next week's main topic show, but I'm not gonna spoil that.
Oh, you've been rewatching it?
Yeah, I never finished watching it in dub when that came out, and I really wanted to watch it in dub, so
Yeah.
I had to hold
I'm
off on
hyped.
watching it.
Richie,
Yeah. Richie,
you're gonna love it.
what do you
man.
got going on?
What do I got going on? Absolutely nothing. I watched 14 episodes of anime this past week. 13 of them were our show, and the other one was My Dress Up Darling.
Yeah.
And I'm completely okay with it.
You didn't even watch Attack on Titan?
No, I did not. I've been so busy.
Oh, man.
Have you caught up?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I even watched this week's episode.
Damn. I'm falling behind.
I completely rewatched all of it. All of the newest season 4. But yeah, it's getting pretty legit. I'm not gonna lie.
I really like where it's
like
going.
every time you think something's going on, you just get thrown a curveball. Like, yeah, no, you were wrong. But like I said, I'm gonna wait, and we're gonna have our convening topic at the season finale. So
yeah, I still gotta watch season 4.
You got this.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
I mean, if we get everything set up,
happens.
we can do a live stream or whatever on YouTube. Watch the last episode or something.
Yeah, we could.
If we get everything
that'd be kind of cool.
Properly.
It doesn't come out until the beginning of April, right?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
The last episode, yeah, because we're in 88. We just did 88.
Yeah, didn't we have a new... Wasn't this last week's news? Didn't it get pushed back a week to like the first week of April?
Yeah.
80, yes. 89.
At least the final episode did, I'm pretty sure.
That's what, yeah. Everything else is, like, I think, on time.
Yes. Me? What have I been watching?
No one cares.
Richie does, because we already talked about it a little bit. Ranking of Kings.
Oh, dude. Oh, what an amazing show.
Dude, I'm trying to... Let me look. I have to look to see how far in I'm at.
Have you watched it,
like
Jake?
No, I haven't.
All right. I think it's really good.
I know it won a bunch of awards. I just didn't seem interesting. Granted, I said that about Slime, and I said that about Dress Up Darling.
I think I could prove the same reaction to this one. I think this one's very well done.
Literally, the protagonist is probably one of my favorite,
Oh, dude, he is...
Boji is literally
he's
the
a G.
GOAT.
He's a G. Nobody can beat him. That's all I'm saying.
Is the absolute GOAT. Like, if you like a character like Gobta, which you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, well... what do you mean, like Gobta? There is no character like Gobta.
True, he is a one of one.
Yeah.
But dude, Boji's just legit. He's just like a little teeny guy who got cursed, and he physically can't grow any more powerful at all. Like, somebody did like a ranking on him, and his physical strength is like 0. And the guy was like, you can't grow from 0. So that's as strong as you're ever going to get. He can't even lift up he can barely lift up cups of water and shit.
You're not selling me on this.
But he still becomes one of the most OP characters in the show.
Yeah, he's more powerful. Yeah.
And he's just so funny, and such a cute and cool character to follow along the whole time, because he's deaf, so he doesn't speak. But he just murmurs words, which is kind of funny in certain context. It's so funny. And dude, first of all, I talked to Kirk about this. I brought that up, and he's like, "Yeah, the show's a little too weird for me." Kirk, out of all people, weird. He likes some weird shows, and he puts this on a weird show ranking for him. Nah,
it does have some.
It doesn't have any robots.
True.
Facts. But it's dark at the same time. It's so lighthearted, and then all of a sudden it'll give you a complete right-handed turn and throw some dark shit on you.
I feel like the animation also helps swing it both ways. It's so
yeah.
The animation is so well done in a lighthearted setting that when it gets flipped on its head, it just
Disney feels as far as animation's concerned. Not Pixar, but an older Disney feel. But also, dude, even the action, the fight scenes and sequences, dope. I don't know. I just fallen in love with the show. I'm 14 episodes in, and I've only been watching it 3 days. So
you're one episode behind me. I'm on 15.
Okay. Yeah, I just watched everything that just happened in the kingdom.
How
Yeah,
many's
dude,
total?
There's 23.
24.
24. I don't know if 24. I think 24 is coming out this week.
Oh, is it? I thought it was over.
19.
19? Oh.
It's 19.
Oh, it must be the dub.
There was a first half and then a second half.
Hmm.
So the first half finished, and then they started the second half. But I'm interested to see how it pans out.
Yeah,
For sure. Other than that, case study of Vanitas. Watched a little bit more of that because it's all the whole first season's dubbed. So, and the occasional episode of Tokyo Ghoul, but that's nothing new either. I was on vacation the last week, so I didn't get too much done.
More than me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I spent the 2 hours that I wasn't driving in the car watching, finishing the show for this week.
Mm-hmm.
So, but all right. Well, with that, we're gonna move right into our main topic. We do every single week. Before we get started, I do have a surprise that I'm gonna put out there for next week for everybody. This one's gonna be for Richie. I may or may not have come across and created a little trophy for his worst rated show.
Oh, boy.
That we're going to put on a podium for him. I'm still in the process of finding the right and proper item for, the top rated show. But I just couldn't turn down this idea for the worst rated show. So that should be ready for next week. I'll have to present that. Because Richie's still up there as far as worst rated show is concerned.
You mean down there?
I will graciously
yeah.
accept it from down below. I will take it from your hands.
Yeah, just pass it
just
down.
pass it down. I'll take it. Yeah, sure. I'll sit at the bottom where it belongs.
Yeah, next time you're up here visiting, I'll have to give it to you. You can put it on display.
Oh, it will be front and center in my room forever.
Until Kirkman comes back and tries to steal the thunder.
I don't think he
Take
can
the-
do it. I think
Take the title.
You're
I-
underestimating Kirky.
He is dedicated to finding terrible shows. So
I want to believe in him. I'll take that until he crushes my hope.
the thing is you didn't even try to make the worst shows out there, and you still managed to do it.
I mean, I kind of tried.
But
That's
with
worse,
that,
Richie.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know if that's something to brag about.
Hey.
But
I'll remember
gotta
the
bring the
4
vibes down,
hours I
right?
wasted on that show on my deathbed.
both shows.
I hope you curse me until the end of your life with that one.
It'll be on my tombstone.
Good. I can't wait to see it.
Here lies Jake. Fuck you for picking that show, Richie.
Yeah,
Pretty
that
much.
would be perfect.
Could never get my 4 hours back.
Yeah.
Well, with that, returning for another week, we have our top tier steer clear list. Every week we pick a show of choice, rate it in 3 different categories: plot, characters, and art/animation. Then we compare them to shows that we've covered over previous weeks. This week's show of choice was from yours truly. The show is called Black Bullet. It originally aired in April of 2014 and ran for 13 episodes. A little background for the show. In the year of 2021, mankind is ravaged by an epidemic of Gasteria, a parasitic virus, and is forced to live within the monolith walls, which are created from veranium, a metal that can subdue Gasteria. Soon, children who were born with the Gasteria virus and obtain superhuman abilities as a result are discovered and dubbed cursed children. 10 years after the epidemic, Rentaro, a high school student who is also a promoter in the Tendo Civil Security Agency owned by his childhood friend, Kisara, along with his initiator, Enju, conducts missions to prevent the destruction of the Tokyo area and the world. Okay, so those were a lot of words that mean nothing to a lot of people. So I guess we would break it down as we kind of rate our plot a little bit here. I am first, was my show, so I guess I will go first. As far as the plot's concerned, I gave it an 8. I don't know how generous that is in comparison to you guys, but I do like the way that they handled it. Gasteria are kind of like, if you think giant bugs, like if you just take a bug and you just blow them up on a larger scale, that's pretty much what a Gasteria looks like in the show. And like the civil security agency is pretty much like CIA-esque.
Yeah, they're like exterminator. Like they would be like exterminators essentially.
Yeah, because I mean, you have like the regular police force and military, but they don't. These are like the best of the best.
Yeah.
And they're all like ranked from like top to worst. And it follows Rentaro, is our main character, and Enju, who is his little friend.
His initiator.
His initiator.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I consider him more because I mean, not all promoters consider their initiators like family or friends. Like
classic discrimination plotline.
Yeah, but she is literally his initiator.
Yeah.
Yes,
like that is her job description.
Yeah.
Whether they're friends or not doesn't change her job.
Yeah.
Yes, it turned out to be more than that. You know, they're used as tools a lot in this world.
They're seen as subhuman.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
But like I said, I mean, I love the way that it was taken care of. I love the way, I mean, they drew out all the characters to an extent. A lot of the main characters they drew out and delved into their plot lines a little bit. The only thing that held me back a little bit was, one, it's another show that we're not going to get a season 2 of, that they left on a cliffhanger yet again. I think that's like show number 3 or 4 for me at this point. Also, for the longest time, I couldn't remember like the way that the events happened, like until I rewatched it, and I completely forgot that there's pretty much like 3 arcs in the 13 episodes as a whole. Which I didn't really know how I felt about. There's 2 of them I liked, and then one of them was kind of like subpar to me. But
which one was subpar?
Was it the second one? Or no, the last one. I wasn't a huge fan of the when they had to fight the big Gasteria.
The guy comes back to help him out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget his name. Hagani something.
Oh yeah, Katagani.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the last one because I think the person-on-person interactions were better than like the Gasteria like type fights and like interactions. Like I thought like the more personal reactions and everything that was going on in the first 2 arcs were like interested me a lot more than the final one.
Yeah, there was a lot of intrigue with that. There was a lot of mystery going on in this show. Well, for however long it went on.
But they do have like a lot of like unopened plot lines that like you just don't get filled.
Yeah.
Which I think, like I said, if we got another season, that they probably would be covered, like a lot of the shows that we talked about. Like Senju's master, like her promoter, or well, master, whoever it was, that who was like sending her, like the whole backstory behind that, who was sending her to kill. But, or Kisara. Literally the whole show just ended where Kisara just went on a killing spree.
Yeah, she became
was planning
evil.
on going on a killing spree. She just became completely evil. And talked about how he might have to stop her, but it's just where it ends. It's the last of it. Jake, how do you feel?
5
5
for plot.
Damn.
Yes.
Really?
First arc was good. If the whole show was that first arc, I would rate it a lot higher. Second arc was alright, a little bit boring. Third arc sucked. The ending was god-awful. I absolutely hated the ending.
The ending with Kisara or
Yeah.
the ending with
Yes.
Big Hysteria?
That came completely out of left field. There was there was no build up for it, and now it's like, now I'm evil. You may have to stop me, and then walks off. It's like, what the fuck?
There was 4 instances in the show that they referred to her her having a dark side and like seeing her like follow along the path. There was multiple areas that they talked about like her following along a path that was like taking her.
Whatever you say, buddy.
All right, you couldn't watch the show very well.
It was bad, and yeah, it was. And plus, not only does she turn evil out of left field and blah blah blah, but what's his name, Rentaro? She kills her. This is where it started going downhill for me. She kills her. That was her brother, right?
Cousin, I think.
Well, she kills him, right? One of the ones responsible for the death of her parents and this whole thing that's going on.
The outbreak the fall of the monoliths in the first place.
Yeah. So she kills him, and Rentaro's like, "Why would you do that? That was terrible." And it's like, really? Was it? I think that was completely justifiable. And then she's like, well, now I'm evil. And then I was like, all right, well, that just pissed me off. That's what I think about that.
That's fair.
All right, whatever.
Hold on. I like the first arc.
My internet's not working too well. Sorry, boys.
It's all good. I like the first arc a lot with the briefcase, and then I forget his name, the guy in the mask, as the villain. I feel like 3 episodes was not long enough for that. The rest of the show, all 13 episodes should have been about that storyline.
Yeah, I mean, you get a little bit of a callback to it in the final arc, but still not in the same. I liked him as a dark character and not friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like the first scene, I mean,
he was a dope villain.
Yeah, he was a great villain. I do think it should have gone on a little longer. But all right, Richie. Lay it on me.
Yeah, so I give this show a 6.5. I agree with Jake mostly. I think this show was I think it was just too much in so little episodes that it just kind of ruined it. There was good storylines, the characters were good, but I think by the end of it, they tried going through so much, it just ruined everything. They couldn't develop anything.
Yeah.
The ending.
Yes. I get where you're coming from. But I still enjoyed it, so.
I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. It was an enjoyable show to watch. I just was pissed off at the end of it.
That's fair enough. As far as character is concerned, 7.5. I like the character design, and the main few characters got drawn out a bit. They didn't keep a lot of characters long enough for you to really love them.
And they introduced the most interesting characters at the end.
Yes. You also didn't. There was only maybe. Yeah, because you didn't really see any other promoters until the last arc, other than Shogun, but you really didn't even get to see him much. It was he had 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But I honestly think the Initiators were probably my favorite group of characters in the whole show. The Initiate Cursed Children as a whole. Not even just Initiators, just Cursed Children as a whole. Seeing the different levels to them. like you have the initiators who are cursed children, but you also have like the poor ones, the people who are trying to learn to live in like human civilization. All the people like the kids living underground, the blind girl who's begging for change in the subway. Like you get a lot of different,
I feel like the blind girl had
more of a significant meaning.
Yeah, because of the
That
last
didn't
time
get
she's shown. And then that just never came to fruition.
Yeah. Like it was trying to portray something that it just didn't.
Yeah.
Well, Jake.
I also gave the characters a 7.5. I would have given them higher. I had them originally at an 8, but that was before I watched the final scene, so I knocked it down. Characters were the best part of this show. Rentaro was kind of lame. He was cool for most of the time. What really got me upset with him was when he saves at the end of the second arc with the princess. She's like, Grant, or what do you wish of me? And he like looks all serious. And this also might have been worse for me, because I hate like cringy like stuff
scenes
like that. And it might have been worse for me because I was watching it in dub, and the dub actor was just
I watched it
added on to this. But he's like, I want the power to protect the people I love, and I literally out loud was just like, lame. I hate that shit.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think it was. That wasn't the quote in the sub.
It wasn't.
I don't think it was exactly that. He wanted the. It was something similar, but it wasn't
similar.
Exactly
but it was like a little bit more badass.
Yeah, because when like, I thought he was gonna say like, give me the knowledge that I've been like searching for, or something like this. Allow me to do this, much, and then basically he's just like, give me the power to protect the people I love, and it's just like,
I think it was like, give me the power to like find what I've been looking for, or something like that.
That would have been significantly better. I just like visibly, if I wasn't watching it for this, even if I liked the show, I would have shut it off right there. Like, I'm not doing another 260 or 290 episodes of fucking Fairy Tale with, I'm doing this for my friends. I can't do it anymore. I'm friend out.
That's why some shows I just like have to watch in subbed, because it's so terribly done and dubbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyways,
like,
hold on.
Yeah.
Back to my original point. That was a side thing.
Side note.
Another side note. Didn't like, obviously I already said this, didn't like the ending for Rentaro and the girl. Wasn't a fan of their character thing. Maybe if they had more episodes, they could have actually fleshed that out properly, but in my opinion, they didn't. The initiators were super interesting and the best characters in the show, all of them.
Yeah.
That's
They
why
all
got
had their
high
own
score.
personalities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even being bred as assassins, they all had their own personalities.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. And Tina was my favorite character. I don't know what she's called in the dub. Or the sub.
Tina.
Yeah, Tina Sprout.
Yeah.
Richie.
Yeah, I give them I think a 7.2. I think they were good. I really enjoyed, like we've mentioned, a lot of these things, like the diversification of characters. Like they did good things about like all the initiators were like a type, so they like the owl type.
Yeah.
So that was cool how they like personified all that. And classic with the cat ears, so they couldn't miss that opportunity.
Yeah, gotta throw in the cat ears.
Yeah, the characters, the relationships, I think were pretty well done. I don't think they could have developed them a little bit more in certain areas where it really would have helped make up for the plot, in my opinion. But they just covered too much, so they couldn't get deep enough.
Yeah, it's understandable. Like the Doctor. I'd love a little bit more on the Doctor. That would have been cool.
I'd like a lot more
Like-
on the Doctor.
Yeah, the Doctor was one of the better characters.
Like, very wise, and but also has like a dark past type thing, you know, or even like more on the the whole military project that was going on that Rentaro was part of.
Yeah.
I would have liked more on the classroom full of girls that he taught, and then they all blew up.
Before they blew up. Yeah.
Yeah, that I think we're led to assume that was. Are we supposed to assume that was the people that he confronted in the square, or just random people who wanted to kill?
I think it's the
cursed
people
children?
he confronted. That was what my interpretation was. Was there's the people he
Yeah, that's
confronted.
kind of how I got it.
So, something they could have done with Rentaro's character that would have made him much better.
Rage moment.
Yeah, a little bit of
Yeah.
revenge going.
Oh, 100%. Just go on a killing spree.
Yeah.
You got the power. Like,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, sometimes it works if it's done well, but I hate it. Back to the ending scene again. I hate the characters that are like, no matter how bad they are, we can't kill them, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, no, what's her name's cousin deserved to die, and those people who blew up those children deserve to die.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Kisara's family deserves to die. Like,
Yeah.
the people that fucked.
Oh, every
yeah.
single one of them. Yeah.
I mean, because millions of lives were lost because of them. And, you know. That being said, on to the art and animation. This I couldn't really score too high. I remember it being better than it was. That being said, it wasn't terrible. I give it a 6. Because, like, the general, like, scene-to-scene animation wasn't bad. It was just more over, like, some of the nitty-gritty details I can't really score it too high on. So, if I'm comparing it to a lot of the other shows. Fights and all. But, Jake?
I also gave it a 6. Yeah, the thing is, it's not bad animation. It's just not great. It's pretty average.
Yeah.
Some of the fight scenes were really cool, so I gave it a 6. But it's very run-of-the-mill animated, which is
It
fine.
didn't do anything special, like,
Yeah.
out there.
Not every show needs to be the best animated show ever, but, it is nice.
Mm-hmm. Richie?
I gave it a 6.5.
Okay.
Most of the same reasons you guys said. I admit, I think this is something I'm coming to realize. I don't really mind the CGI that much. I don't know if I just like am desensitized from Deep Insanity and Ari Ferretta, but it just
You need
didn't
to
bother
watch
me much.
Berserk 2017 and then tell me how you feel about CGI.
That's fair. I did watch one episode of that show that came out last season. I think like in the winter, it was like Tesla Note or something. I wanted to throw up after seeing it. It was so bad.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But at least here, it wasn't like, I don't think it was like a detract. Like it didn't take anything away from the show. I didn't mind how they did it. Because I think
I'm going to be
they could have
honest,
done
I
probably
didn't even
better.
notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, it did, like, the CGI 3D stuff, but at the same time, the Gasteria weren't, like, a major plot. Well, they are a major plot point, but they weren't, like, a major...
More of a
like, it
behind the
wasn't
scenes
in
plot
every-
point.
Yeah.
And, like, the only time you could really tell was when they did, like, the large-scale Gasteria, like, the big bads.
Mhm.
Like, in the beginning, like, the first scene, or, like...
Or the
towards
entire
end.
like the ending.
Or at the end of the first arc, too, like, when he was fighting in the water or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
This brings me back to a point I was going to make under plot. I am not a fan of these types of shows. It's like there's a huge portion of anime that is monsters take over the world. Now we're humans living in this bubble and we have to fight them type deal. And I just find it pretty boring after like the first two I saw. So I am glad, because I would have scored this really low if that was the main
Premise.
thing. Yeah, the main premise. If there wasn't any other
like
side shit going on, I would have scored this really low.
Yeah. Because like I said, the part that drew me in the most was the character interactions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
You know?
that's the best part.
I mean, the first scene. Like, he could have been one of my favorite, like, bad guys in the shows, but...
Yeah, but he didn't last long.
New.
Felt very Joker-esque to me.
Well, that's what they called him, right? He's got the 5 pairs.
Yeah.
And he was the Joker.
Well, with that, that's this week's show of choice. 6, 7. It's right on there.
Yeah, it's some yeah.
Right in the
It's average.
average area.
Right in the average area. We got a few of those. Got a few shows right up in that area. So, it's about where I expected it. I didn't expect it to be one of my top shows, but nonetheless, I enjoyed watching it. So,
Yeah,
It was
a
good to
watch.
get it off my queue. It's been there for far too long.
there's a lot of shows like that, honestly,
Yeah.
that we kind of just been tackling just to, like, keep the queue chugging.
It's a good reason to do this.
Yep. Well, with that, we'll move right into our draft, as we do every week. This week's draft, we are doing the smartest characters in anime. We all get to pick, in case it's your first time. We do a snake draft. We all get to pick, well, this week it's our favorite smartest characters in anime. You can't pick the same character twice. Let's see who won last week's.
I don't know.
Richie got the Facebook votes, but as far as the whole,
I think it was 2 votes on Facebook.
yeah, you got the Facebook votes. But if we're talking Reddit and Facebook and my anime list, actually, I got to check Spotify too.
Oh, damn. Got a lot of
Should
places.
really
to
do
check.
this before.
I know. I like the suspense.
We like drawing out the episodes to make them a little bit longer. Increase that watch time.
that too. We got a short episode going this week.
Yeah, it's considerably shorter than normal.
I think it was the weekly show. Since I don't know, I feel like that's a long discussion. It wasn't
Yeah.
a big one this week.
Yeah.
We really only talked about Dress Up Darling.
Yeah. Which is, hey, it deserves it. That's all I'm saying.
Dude, I'm a big fan.
It went me, Richie, Jake.
Oh, okay. I'm okay with that one.
Am I just supposed to overlook the blatant cheating going on over there, John?
The blatant. I knew he was gonna
Wow.
say something just because.
Those of you who visited the poll on
only put that-
Facebook, a
I
video
only
was
put that GIF on
attached.
Facebook.
It happened to
And
be
Richie won Facebook.
It happened to be a video of one of John's fights in the poll.
Hey, I still won Facebook, though. 2-0. 2-0-0 is what I won.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy, Kirky.
Yeah, and Dan.
Fucking Kirk and Dan, traitors.
Hey, I'll take their support any day.
I literally called Kirk out too, and I said, "You hypocrite! You're a biased voter. You deliberately made sure it wasn't me or Jake,
That's
A
alright.
good third option.
even from the shadows. He's still haunting us." With that, I think we're gonna sandwich Jake this time.
Okay,
Me, Jake, Richie.
that's fair.
Now, the big question is, where do I want to go with this? Because there's going to be a lot of characters that I know a lot of us are going to want to choose.
Yeah, this is a wide range of options.
Well, I'm trying to pick ones that I know you guys would pick, and then I'll loop back to the ones I want to pick.
Look, there's a pretty obvious one for me, I feel like.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm going to do Shikamaru
Yep.
from Naruto.
Naruto or Naruto Shippuden?
Shippuden.
Good
I
choice.
usually
Or
usually
Boruto?
just-
That
he
is
doesn't
the
really
option.
have too much of a shining light in Boruto.
Yeah.
He at least gets his showtime in Shippuden. I usually just put Naruto like as a whole.
I'm just messing
But-
around.
You know, I didn't know if you wanted to be that.
I have a request
Okay.
before we continue this any further. I wonder
boy.
if our listeners think the same thing. When you post our draft results, John, could you do us a huge favor and spell check it first?
I thought I did. I could have swore I did on the Facebook one.
I didn't read it that bad.
I
that
probably
closely.
can't count on one hand how many names you spelled wrong.
Ooh.
No, because I looked up a bunch of them on, because I knew they were wrong in the draft show notes. I usually type them out wrong in the show notes, and then I go back and I went and looked at before I posted them on Facebook.
That's it. I didn't realize you do usually get them wrong in the notes, but I thought you've been pretty good about getting them.
When I post them online,
Yeah.
No.
so I go back and rechange them.
Oh boy.
Because I
Let's
did
see.
it because the God of High School one I did not wrong in the show notes, and I went back and changed it in the
So you did that one right.
what?
So you spelled Jin Mori right.
Yeah.
That's what you're
Did I
saying?
not?
Yeah, that's what. Did he not spell it right?
Jin?
Oh, I was thinking Jin from.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize that. Oh, I'm an idiot.
I did. Dowie.
You spelled that one right,
Yes.
but, you know.
That's the one that I went back and changed was him because that was the one that I knew I got wrong in the show notes.
That's funny.
I always think of Jin from like Bleach. That's why like I
Yeah.
use G.
You can just admit the drink. We know you're an alcoholic. It's fine.
Well, whatever. You know.
Just, you know, type it up
the
in
premise of
Word
the show.
first. I guess that doesn't help with
None of-
names.
No, gin.
Words
Gin
not
will
gonna help
not
it.
help in that case. Yeah.
No, none of these will help in
No.
Microsoft Word. So I will double check my work before I post this.
Good.
Jake, it is your pick.
So, normally I do the same thing and pick characters you guys are going to pick. But we're talking about smartest characters in anime, and I just can't not pick this person first as a matter of principle. Kun Aguero Agnes. Tower
What?
of God.
Oh, okay.
Gotta
Yeah,
put some
hop into
respect
the show.
on AA's name.
You might have to hop in the show notes for that one.
You can literally
Copy.
I've seen his name on lists.
Google it.
I will. Yeah.
Or all you have to do is put Kun. Khun.
I would have gotten that wrong.
Khun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn. You left me some good picks. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I'll try to do it. I'll try to leave you one at least.
What do you got, Richie?
I'm gonna go Armin from Attack on Titan,
All right.
and I'm gonna go Dio from JoJo's. Dio Brando.
Oh.
It's me, Dio.
I've getting pretty deep into that show now. I'm absolutely loving it still.
Yeah. I've seen season 1, 2, and then the most recent one.
Yeah, I'm most of the way through. I think I've finished 2 and I'm like starting 3. So I guess I'm not most of the way, but I'm still like a decent way in there.
I didn't really like 1 and 2. I heard 3's when it picks up.
I loved 2. I thought it was really good.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Anyways, I'm surprised this hasn't been picked yet. L from Death Note.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've done my best to pick from shows I've seen, so I can't
You haven't seen Death
pick
Note?
that show because I've not seen Death
Jesus,
Note either.
Richie.
Guys, I don't know you. Yeah, that's fair. This is exposing me this week.
Yeah, for real.
Speaking of Death Note, and Stray Kids' new trailer for their new album, I don't know if anyone noticed, Hyunjin's sitting like Ryuk from Death Note, stealing a little bit of the themes. Looks like it's going to be a good album. Check it out. March 18th. Had to plug them.
It's hey, you got to do it. You wouldn't be a loyal fan if you didn't.
Yeah, well. John?
I'm going to have to... See, I don't know which one to take. Honestly, if I take one, I know Richie will take the other, so I'm just going to do it anyways. I'm going to take Shiro, No Game, No Life.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I could be a dick and take them both.
I was tempted to do that as well. I was just going to go back.
I always consider them a package deal.
I would have
Me
also...
too, but it's
yeah.
different on the list.
Yeah.
All the list I've seen have, like, two different...
Yeah, they separate them.
I know I can kind of wait on this. Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? Let's go, Gouther. Yeah, let's go Gouther from Seven Deadly Sins.
Gother's a good choice.
Jake?
I literally just had a plan in my head and completely forgot it.
Classic.
Lelouch, Code Geass.
All right.
Good pick.
Richie?
I think I will go with... I'm going to go back to one of our episodes we covered, one of our shows we covered. I'm going to take Akisi Aru from Future Diary.
Solid.
All right.
And then I will take Saiki Kusuo from Disastrous Life of Saiki K. He's pretty smart.
I don't know if smart would be the term.
I'm going for it.
So you've seen Psyche K, but you haven't seen Death Note?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Look, man,
Don't
I got
get me
my
wrong.
taste.
No, don't get me wrong. I love Psyche K. I'm just saying Death Note's usually like a
Everybody
staple,
starts with Death Note.
and then Psyche's like a cult following type of show.
Well, my sister really likes Psyche K, so like I've seen
Yeah.
her like talk about it, and I was like, all right, well, I might as well watch it. Like, I could talk to you about this at least. And I really liked it, so I watched all of it in like 2 weeks. I feel like not even.
I used to watch it while I was working out, and then you know how like there's like little mini episodes in each episode.
Yeah,
I would do sets like in between each of those.
it's a good
That's
idea.
how I like paced it out. It's a good show.
Yeah. I think it's back to you, Jake. Right? That was my 2. But
Senku, Dr. Stone.
I'm surprised he made it this far.
Yeah, I was gonna pick him before Lelouch, but I forgot my plan.
it worked out for you.
Final 2, right? Let's see. I gotta throw in my boy here, Kisuke.
Why am I not surprised?
last one? I guess. Where was it? I just had it.
You got this?
I do, maybe. Solid maybe.
Okay. Don't choose the one I'm thinking of.
We're going to do a little throwback here to Jake here. Ayana Koji from Class of the Elite.
It's unfortunate.
Why is that? Because you had that in your plan?
No. I changed my plan like 2 rounds ago, but that was my original plan.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of,
This Class from the Elite for a reason.
anyone who didn't listen to last week or pay attention to anything on Twitter in the past week, Class from the Elite Season 2 is coming. So my last pick, I'm going to go with Okabe from Steins Gate, otherwise known as Ho-Wing Kiyoma.
Interesting.
Yep. Kirk would appreciate that pick.
Yeah, well, he's really the only option when we're talking about smartest characters in anime, but I knew you guys weren't going to pick him, so I saved him for last.
Yeah, he's on the list. I haven't seen it in its completion, so I can't validate picking it.
Yeah.
Richie, last pick.
I'm going to go with Tatsuya Shiba from the Irregular at Magic High School. That
Solid.
man is smart. I didn't think you guys would pick him at all, so I saved him till last.
I was going to pick him, but
I thought you were the only one I was worried about with that one.
I decided for Senku over him.
That's fair.
I watched that show based off like the clip I saw of him in the first season when they I do this a lot. I see a random clip and watch a whole show because of it. But they're in like that auditorium and the terrorists come in and shoot at him. He's just like
Yeah, it
dissolves
immediately
the
just
bullets.
destroys him all. Yeah.
I was like, that's so badass.
It's pretty sick. I really like him as a character.
Yeah. That's the first real subbed anime I watched.
Oh.
Because there is no dub, and I had to watch it in sub, and I wanted to watch it.
Oh, I guess I never realized that wasn't a dub.
Well, I'll do my homework. Make sure I spell check before I post on Facebook this week.
Be much appreciated.
Be a good idea.
Which sucks, because last week I was so confident that I actually spell checked everything.
Yeah.
Like,
You were close.
I just scraped right over Jin.
It's like my eyes were like a magnet when I opened it up. First thing I saw was the G. I was like, ah, jeez.
And it's got to be on your picks, dude.
Yeah.
I'm about to start making that a regular thing. Just put one random letter into Jake's picks.
It's not going to stop me from beating you. Take this week's victory for what it is, a one-time deal.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting roundabout next week. I think next week definitely could be up in the air. So
For you two. It's up in the air for you two, in my opinion.
I got to start making some calls to Dan. It's been
Sending
betraying me a lot lately.
you're going to need to, bribe him a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Gonna have to send Kirk some flowers or something, chocolates.
I wouldn't try with Kirky.
No, he's going to have his own.
No, he'll eat your chocolates and still vote for Richie.
Probably. I could see him
Slimy.
doing that.
I'm just gonna have to start playing Call of Duty with him more often or something.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, we'll dive right into our outro. Leaving it to you, Jake.
Alrighty then. That was episode 20 of the Anime Happy Hour podcast. 20 episodes in, boys. How we feeling?
Richie's 4 episodes in.
Hey,
but
I'm
we're
feeling
still
good.
feeling good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in 1,000 episodes, Richie was here from the beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It's wild. We started this
Anime's
in
never
like
going to stop.
September. It's first day of March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Been about, yeah.
You came up with this. It's almost been a year since you pitched the idea.
I know. How far we've come.
Yeah.
How far we still have to go. We're reaching for great heights. It's just a slow process.
We'll get there. I ain't worried.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of fun. I've watched a lot of shows that I wouldn't have normally watched. Some of them I regret watching, Richie.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine.
But, you know, it's
But we're
been a
humble.
good time.
We're humble.
Hey.
You know?
Yeah, well.
Someone has to bring the intelligence down a little bit. And I'm glad to take over that spot while Kirky's gone.
I was going to say, we had Kirk for a while.
Yeah. You're doing a good job filling his shoes.
I think, hey, my next show, I think you'll love. And that's all I'm saying. I think I'll make it.
I'm excited for it.
Anything beats a 3.9. So
Look, I think I can.
3.5, whatever it was.
This one will be up there, is my guess. I really think. I think Jake and me will bring this one up.
All right.
Anyways,
See.
our YouTube channel is officially open for business. We got all of our episodes up till now. The last two, and then this episode being with video, and the rest with just a graphic. So I mean, go check those out if you want. If you don't want to tune in on Spotify or anything, YouTube's always an available option. We're also contemplating opening up with reviewing some trailers when they come out and stuff like that. I'm also trying to convince the boys to get into some K-pop reactions, so we'll see what happens. It'll be fun.
Yeah, so we're going to do a little side YouTube project at the same time. It'll
Yeah.
go on the same channel. We'll do it in a separate playlist or something.
Yeah.
Exclusive stuff you can only watch there.
Yeah, so once we get that set up to where we can stream and get everything going, and that'll hopefully, we got that in the works as well. So, bright future. Continue, Jake.
We're on Anchor, Spotify, and Google Podcast. Please keep checking us out. Tell your friends about us if they're into anime. If they're not, get them to watch anime and then tell them about us.
Or have them check out, our list. We got a list of what shows to or not to watch. And if you're just starting out, if you don't know what kind of show you want to watch.
Don't watch Deep Insanity, that's for sure.
Stay away unless you're a masochist. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to start with that, and then you can just, every show past that's going to be better.
Ooh.
Well, starting with that, they won't ever watch another anime.
No, I think,
Fair.
hey, they could watch an episode and start something completely different.
Yeah, true. First 15 seconds.
Yeah, right? They can get through some of it. You got through 4 hours. So I think they
I
can get
would
through
have
some
turned
of
it off in the first 15 seconds if it wasn't for this. And I didn't get through 4 hours, Richie. 4 hours was stolen from me.
I don't know about that one.
Anyways,
I think yeah.
you guys can leave us your feedback and comments or email us at animehappyhour951@gmail.com. Any feedback, advice, show recommendations, draft recommendations, just feel free to hit us up. We're having a good time, doing this this podcast, and we're looking forward to many more weeks to come. See you guys next time.
Peace.
See ya.